We are.
Hello, good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to Fangirlz Assemble. We're here to talk about my favorite book of 2023. I'm going to assume it's going to stay the same this whole year.
I literally said that as well.
I'm making a big claim right now.
So
It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth. After I read it, I just hugged it for a long time. It's my favorite thing I've ever read, and I guess that's it for life now. I don't know how I'm gonna live.
The end.
I'm obsessed with her. It made me want to draw really bad, and that made me feel good. So that's good.
Yeah, love that.
And I'm gonna follow everything she ever does ever until I'm dead.
Well, that means you have to get Billy Scott now.
I know. Okay, you can't get it here. I'm gonna have to order it from Avery Press, like in England or whatever.
It was on Amazon for a while.
Well, it's not now.
Oh no.
We found it at a comic shop in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
So that's what we got.
But Avery Hill's good. I've ordered from them.
Yeah.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a couple other things I want to order from them too, so I guess I'll do that.
Yeah, you should.
I know.
They have Tilly stuff.
And that's why I need that other Tilly book.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to stalk Zoe Thorgan until she puts something on imprint so I can buy it, because I need her art in my house, and I can't afford her original pages. So
yeah, I looked at them as soon as I finished the book. I was like, I want to go see what they run for, because I know she's represented by Cadence, which represents Jeff Lemire and a lot of other people that like we've actually, like me and Kristan, have bought from. But I was like, yeah, art's expensive.
Well, yeah, and I really want something from this book, so I'm like,
oh yeah, and it's all gone, like all of it's sold out.
Of course. Yeah. But they just like release a print. That would be really cool, Zoe.
She's
no
watching.
Pressure. Oh my gosh, I would die. I was telling them, I was like, I didn't even tweet about it because I was like, I don't want her to feel pressured by any interaction. I don't want to put that on her. But I was like, I can like talk about the show.
She was here like not long ago. Like
Where?
in the US. She was at GalaxyCon in Columbus.
Man, why don't I past me is stupid. Why couldn't we get on this train before?
I just remember being like, hey, Kristan, we should go. Can we go to Columbus? And then you were like, yeah. And then I was like, we can't go to Columbus. And then that was the end of the conversation.
Yeah, just money-wise, it's like, oh yeah, we can't really do that.
Yeah, I really wanted to go.
But it sounds good.
But
there was some other great
Columbus,
people too.
So, well, let's keep an eye out. If she shows up again, then I'll go somewhere.
Let's all go.
Let's just all go to Columbus. I want to go to Columbus. Bad.
Do you like hot dogs? There's some good hot dog places.
I love hot dogs.
It's called Dirty Frank's. And you can put all sorts of stuff on your hot dogs that you shouldn't be allowed to.
Like gummy bears?
I don't know. It's really
Oreos.
Probably not that.
I'm imagining like a Cold Stone situation where they literally
you're mixing.
I was thinking like macaroni and tots.
Oh, okay. Well, that
sounds good.
You're allowed to do that. There's a place in Louisville that used to do that. That used to put macaroni on hot dogs. It was in remember? It was in a trailer. Kristan, do you remember that?
That wasn't hot dogs. Those were tacos.
Yes. No. Okay. Yeah, they were hot. They were tacos.
What if they were hot dog tacos?
Hot dogs and okay. And the discussion that is a hot dog a sandwich doesn't apply anymore because a hot dog is a taco. 100%.
That's fair.
That is fair.
And people need to stop pretending that it's not.
Hey, you know where you can get this book?
Where?
Our great sponsor, InStockTrades.com.
Oh my god.
Where you can get up to 50% off your collected editions.
What?
Free shipping of $50 if you're in the States. It's great. Go get all the great books we're going to talk about throughout our whole life here.
Yeah. Get that
entire
one.
Life.
Get this one that I just read to you. I'll talk about Halls and Reads. Also I don't think it's out on IST yet, but I'm a little chubby and I'm your hero. I read that book yesterday. It's really good.
It looks so good. You can also get the Gwenpool Omnibus.
Ooh.
I don't think
shiny.
I don't think I can pull anything that they have.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Oops.
James, I don't know why you commented potatoes, but I'm here for it. Good morning. Morning, everyone. Really excited to talk about It's Lonely. I met Zoe right after this came out and had her sign my sweet potato. Oh, yeah, because in the book.
Yeah. I was going to say it's because of the book.
Man, original page from Billy Scott looks pretty identical to the finished page.
That's cool.
It's super sweet.
Hey, it's those girls that are fans. And Reed.
Freddie.
It's me. I'm here. Hi, Freddie.
So I don't even know how to get into this book. People at home, let me just tell you, this has to be in your collection. Like, it just has to be. She's one of the most fantastic artists I think I've ever seen. Just the way she puts things together. And that's probably a thing for you to talk about, Reed, because I'm just like, it's real pretty. And then sometimes the art is different on the same page. And I think that's real cool.
Yeah. I think me and Kristan were talking about, like, just, I think it's a game changer for the entire genre of nonfiction comics in a lot of ways. Like, to this level. Now, granted, there's plenty of other, like, this is not the first comic book or first nonfiction or graphic memoir or whatever, like, whatever you want to call it, to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
But this is definitely one of the best ones I've ever seen do things like this. But it's like a game. Like, I feel like everybody in the nonfiction comic camp, it's like you were either impersonating Craig Thompson or you were impersonating Jeffrey Brown. And now this entire new wave is all going to be just ripping off Zoe Thorogood. Like, hands down, like, myself included. Like, right after I finished it, I was like, well, I need to write a book like this. I was like, every nonfiction work like I've done is nothing, because this is like the GOAT, like, completely. And it's just and it's so smart, and the ability to do different art styles of representing her in different times is brilliant. And also, as Kristan said it, she was like, it's great. She made a book about making the book.
Yeah.
While making the book, which is hard to do. Like, that's three things, like, all at once, like, doing it and being very self-aware, and definitely, like, things that they talked about in there are, like, actually in it. So there's, like, certain, it's just,
Oh, it's perfect.
What can you say? It's perfect. Yeah, it is. It's brilliant.
Like, being able to, like,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, being able to make a book about making the book while making the book, and having that, because that's already a confusing sentence we've said, right? Mm-hmm. Be a cohesive story and still be so interesting and well done, and have a beginning, middle, and end still, right? It's still put together in a way that's very digestible, in a way I've never seen before. And I love nonfiction comics. I love graphic memoirs. I've never seen something like this done. And yeah, it was incredible.
Like there's a couple points I want to make. And the first point is the way that she's so, like, honest and raw about what she's feeling and thinking in her depression reminded me a lot of the lesbian,
My Lesbian Guide to Loneliness or something.
My lesbian
experience of loneliness. Yeah. It reminded me a lot of that kind of feeling, because it was, like, so raw in a way that could be uncomfortable for people to share about themselves, which I really enjoy reading because it feels really relatable. And also the way, and I did save a picture to show people just as an example of, like, all these kind of different facets of her that are around, especially the depression demon, which looks like a straight out of a Mamoru Hosoda film. So have you seen Digimon the movie? That looks like it's from that. As somebody who deals with a lot of ADHD, like, my brain is full all the time of things and thoughts always. And this felt like so real to my experience of being like, there's me, and then there's like the really depressed me, and then there's my inner child me, and then there's this other one, and then there's this big scary monster one. Feels so real. You're like, yeah, of course. I absolutely get it. Especially the one that's just like the plain face.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was absolutely 100%. And just, God, I love her style so much. I love the mixed media tools throughout. Like I wish I had the picture of it. My favorite page, I'm sure it's a lot of people's favorite page, and I would kill for a print of that, is the one where it's like her kind of like up, but it's like split. And each one's like a different style of art. Yeah. And then you see like a picture of her foot.
There's a picture of her foot. Yeah, for sure.
And I feel bad saying like, oh God, it's perfect, it's amazing, because I'm sure it's like reading someone's journal where you're just sort of like lathering thoughts out, and it's self-deprecating and very honest. And so part of me is like, oh God, this is amazing, it's perfect. I'm like, I'm saying that about your life. Like
and like also
and like struggles.
Yeah, that's the other side. Like a little bit being like, oh yeah, we're saying that about someone's like personal journey, and like airing all of their grievances and like problems. And it's intense for sure.
Is something I was telling Reed about this after we both finished it. I was like, there's certainly an element of having to, what was the word? I forgot it the other day when I was telling you too, Reed. Just like exaggerate things in your life and
embellish
things. And I'm sure there was a level of that, but there were these moments in it that were really funny and entertaining and made me be like, oh, that 100% was said like that. Like, I have no doubt that this person said this in an exact way. Like the cat guy who was like, I'm going to be the villain in your book now, aren't I? And she was like, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
great, because I'm sure anyone who reads this is going to be like, okay.
The cat guy.
There's guy a cat obviously guy? Does comic books or something. I'm sure everybody's on the internet's like, we have to figure out who it is. Who's the guy?
Yeah, and yeah, basically every character in her book has some sort of not human head for a lot of it. Yeah.
It's so smart.
And the other line that I love with her and her like best friend who gets drunk and is passed out. And then later on, she's like, oh, you're going to put that in your book, are you? And she was like, absolutely. And she was like, well, okay, can you make it where we're like, my butt's out? And she's like, you got it. And then she just did that. And I was like, this is funny. These are both like really funny things that I think will really happen.
Well, I love that back and forth too, because when she like sees her in the bathroom, she's like, oh my gosh, she's dead. Like, I'm so awful. My friend's dead now. And she's like, oh no, she's breathing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love every time it began again.
That was so good.
Front page and like chef's kiss.
It's just too smart. Like it like, and as a creator, like the whole time I was just like, how is someone this smart? Like with really like their second book.
Yeah.
Like, and also, I mean, she says it in the beginning too, that she hasn't really been doing comics for that long. And she just decided that she was like, I'm going to really go for it. And then her first book is brilliant. And then this book is, genre like changing and like as bad as it is, like the whole time when she's like, people keep saying it relatable and like saying, and it's like, yeah, it's hard to find. I've been trying this whole time to not use the word relatable. But
well, and she brought the future of comics too, which you talked about, right?
Well,
like
yeah.
she's like,
I'm just like, this is so like, it's hard to not be like, this is the future of comics. Like, and it's because it's completely different. Like the mixed media stuff, the mixed media approach. I know she's a big user of screen tones, which is awesome. And that's been used. I mean, everyone uses screen tones for years, but like, I feel like that entire book is screen toned, which is an insane amount of work if you don't know like what goes in.
What that means.
So like the dot toning, like that's used it's used a lot in manga, but most manga artists do it digitally. People who do it traditionally, it's a disaster. It's so hard to do. It's just so time consuming. I did it on one mini comic that I've done, and I was going to do it on another mini comic, and I started to, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. It's just so much work.
Yeah,
because you actually have to like cut out that tone.
Yeah, with an X-Acto blade, you're cutting it out, and then you stick it on there, and then you can art over it. Daniel Warren Johnson does a lot of it still, like on all of his commissions. But I don't think he does it on his actual original art pages. But it's just like the craft. There's so much craft going into not only her storytelling and her art, but just like the overall arc of everything. It's so planned out well and just executed perfectly.
Which is amazing, because if by reading it, you wouldn't think that's the case.
No,
where like the way that she's like kind of feels like she's herself. You're with her creating the book, and she's like floundering through it. Like, I don't know. Here's another stream of consciousness about this. And like how I'm depressed and I want to leave the house and I don't know how to connect to anybody.
It's like it's presented like it's not. Like it kind of. I'm trying to think of the best. I'm trying to think of a movie adaptation or like something like that's similar to it. I feel like like Wes Anderson movies are kind of like this, where they're presented like it's not a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could have been shot with like an iPhone and that's it. But when you get into it, you're like, okay, this is so much smarter and so much like better done than I expected it to be. It's just it's nuts.
I had another picture. I grabbed a couple because I I cannot tell you guys how much I am obsessed with this depression monster. I'm so in love with this design so much. And I don't even know how to articulate why he's so great, but I'm obsessed with him. I'm obsessed with his design. I'm obsessed to where he's just there and hanging out all the time, especially when things get worse and the way he moves his head. And I need to talk to her and see if she got inspiration from where I think she got it from. This Japanese filmmaker. I need to know. I have to know. Did she watch Digimon the movie? Gotta know.
Well, let's bring her on. Where is she? She's
I would
right.
Could you imagine? Surprise, Maddie. We got Zoe. I'm like, you guys she already said she hated interviews. I'm like, hey, we don't do interviews. We just hang out. Maybe she'd be fine.
It's true. We hate interviews.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's just basically it's now just a reason that for us to say that you're our friend.
Yeah, that's basically. I'm like, hey, I brought you on the show to hang out. This is kind of a vibe check to see if we really hit it off.
Yeah.
We just tricked you into being our friend now.
Yeah, basically.
And we could just talk about everything but your books. How about that?
That's fine. I would be like, what other stuff are you into? Like, what's your deal? Like, I saw you were into Pokemon as a kid. What's the stuff you watch?
What's your favorite Pokemon?
I'm just gonna be like, how did you not know about cake? Like
that was good,
right?
How is that a thing? Like that was honestly like the biggest thing. I was like, wait, like you don't know who cake is? Like how?
I'd be like, I feel like I would panic if I met her and be like, congrats on not getting an STD when you came to America.
Yeah.
I hope that trend continues.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck on that. But then also, like, I'd be stoked because, like, I'd have to come up and say something stupid so that then I'd be like, now I get to, maybe I'll get drawn in as, like, an animal face.
Which animal do you think you'd be?
Now, that's a good question. I really have to think about this. Because immediately I'd be like, oh, I'd probably be a cat.
Yeah.
But historically, book-wise, the cat people may not be the best people to be.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be a cat.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be a cat guy. I don't.
Yeah.
So I'd probably be like a badger.
I like it.
Or maybe a skunk. She'd probably be like, that guy looks like he's stinky. He gets to be a skunk in my book.
I feel like with the way my hair looks right now, I'd be like a Cocker Spaniel, unfortunately. Because it just looks like two little...
It does, yeah.
That's fun, though.
That is fun.
Freddie says he'd love you as a sloth.
I'd love me as a sloth, too. Thank you.
I love
We all would. Yeah.
Yeah. We would still love you if you were a sloth.
Yeah.
Even more?
And then you would be
Maybe.
stinky.
I'd be like...
Yeah.
They're stinky.
Who's going to flip off? I know that was perfect. It's like a real slow...
That would be me, like way late, like way late. You guys would just be like slowly, like I'm gonna get there. I'm doing it. It's not backing down.
But man, I don't even know where to go from here. Like it's so good that it's hard to talk about. You know, for me.
Yeah, and because
plus, like you don't want to give away like every plot point either, right?
No,
because, and that's the hard thing. It is just a trade.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like so much more though, because I remember like really sitting and taking my time throughout, and like after reading so much, not every book does that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's just how I read, or maybe it's me not paying attention. There could be a lot of reasons. But I'm like, if it's, it's good if I'm like, I'm gonna take my damn time with every part of this page because I want to see every detail. And man, she makes me want to make stuff, and that's special. Like,
it is special. Well, because it's like it's this idea of not relatable, but accessible.
Yeah.
Like presented in a way to where it's like it's so well put together and well done, but at the same time, I looked at it and read it, and then I was like, oh, I could do something like this. Like it inspired me, and then also was accessible enough to be. It's like, oh, it doesn't have to be perfect, like to make a book this good. Like at no point would I say that her art is like, not every page is perfect in like an artistic sense, or an anatomical sense, or even like a design sense, but it's perfect for the story, and that's important, and that's really cool, and just has that DIY ethic to it. It's just like, yeah, you can just make the book, and it's great. And also, like, one thing that I will say, like because it's a trade, but it did feel, I felt like it felt pretty long. It felt longer. It felt longer than a trade. But then also, I thought the book could have ended like 4 times and I would have been fully satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like multiple times I was like, oh, okay. Is that the end? Neat. I thought something else would happen, but that's still really good. And then I'd move on, and then I'd be like, oh, no, it's not. Because we read it digitally. So like didn't have it, so I couldn't tell for sure.
Oh, it's a good feeling book.
Oh, I believe it.
It's a good size too, honestly. I was surprised to pick it up. It's a pretty good size. I don't have it in front of me because I immediately lent it to a friend because I couldn't handle myself. I was like, you have to read this now.
You're saying it's bigger than an average trade size?
Well, not average trade, but it's bigger than like, I don't know, like a non-big 2. It looks bigger than it would be.
Like chunkier is what you mean.
Oh, it's wider.
I think it might be around the same size as Billy Scott, because Billy Scott's bigger.
Billy Scott's huge, though.
Then maybe, because it just felt bigger. I don't know what to compare it to.
Like, and since it's Image, it's like she can do whatever size she wants. But like
Billy Scott, do you have that near you?
No,
it's in there somewhere.
I think you have it.
I don't have it.
You have it.
I really don't.
You have it, by the way.
All right. I really don't, but all right.
I get Billy Scott.
I'm just bringing it up. It's in there. Just so you know, it's probably on the floor.
Amazon said 6 pages. I just remember that when I got it, it looked a lot bigger than I thought it was going to. I was like, this is a wide book.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like a European size. Yeah, it's definitely in there, Kristan. You're lying.
Yeah, I'm not lying, but okay.
I'm about to leave the studio and go in there and find it.
Whoa.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is it gonna happen?
He's gonna find it probably. I'm not getting up though, so
I really didn't want it to end, but damn, that end was really good. Yeah, it was. I wasn't sure how at all it was gonna be put together.
Yeah. It's not over there. See? Oh, it's on the floor.
Oh, that's good.
So let me find a regular trade.
I think that's probably about the same size.
There's a regular trade.
Yeah, I think it's probably the same size.
It's definitely oversized.
Oh, it's regular trade size. Never mind. It felt big.
Oh, Maddie.
It felt big to me.
No, that's funny. Freddie confirmed it's regular trade size.
Maybe because I've been reading manga, it just felt big.
Oh, wow.
That wasn't for you, Freddie. That was for Kristan.
Sorry, Reed. I didn't know. I couldn't see it.
Just saying. I tried to say it. I told you it was on the floor.
It was on the floor.
It's on the floor.
But yeah, I need that now. And I'm upset that I don't have it anywhere nearby to purchase. Unless I go to a big store. Gross. Just kidding.
Gross.
I buy stuff every time in any store. Any bookstore. It's gotten out of control this year.
We do that.
It's hard not to. Yeah. Plus, then you can support the store. And bookstores are dying forever,
Yeah, well, our big store nearby is kind of local.
Oh, I know the one.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know, let's talk about it. This is a 15 out of 10. I love it. So, Jessica, it felt big to me. You know what? That's the review. It just felt really big.
Yeah.
Big for me.
Big to me.
That's it, yeah.
Love that.
You tweet that at her so that she can add that as a blurb on the next printing.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
I've already idolized her to a point where it's uncomfortable. Now I can't interact. After reading it once, I'm like, no, we can't meet.
Fair. It's fair. I get it.
Like if I met Tilly, what am I gonna say?
I
I have all your books.
No, you know what you say? You felt bigger to me because she's like tiny. Like that picture of her and Joe, I'm like, she's so little.
Why are you so little? See, I can't be allowed to be anybody. Elliot knows. I just blurb stuff out at random people in places. He's like, why do you have to randomly compliment people? And I was like, I don't know.
It's like,
well, that's at least a nice way. Kristan has this ability where she's just like, she's too nice.
Say it.
She's too nice to everybody, so she makes unnecessary small talk with everybody at the grocery store or at the Dollar Tree or
like the cashiers.
The cashier.
Yes.
And then because instead, like me, I'm the kind of person, somebody will say something and then it'll be like, oh, you're buying this, like me, I love these things. And I'll be like, yep. And that's it. And I'm comfortable with that being the end of it. Kristan is not comfortable with that being the end of the conversation. Because usually it'll be like, oh yeah, they're great, aren't they? And I'm like, why did you ask a question?
No, I talked to a lot of people. I talked to this guy at the grocery store yesterday about his cats. He showed me the picture.
Aww.
See, now that's different. That's different. Because if cats are brought into it, then I find it socially acceptable because we are the parents of famous Twitter cats. And just to watch normal people's faces when they hear that Willow has how many followers?
Almost 20,000.
They usually are just like, huh? Like what? The cat can't type. They don't get it. And then,
well, that cat can't type, Dolores.
Now,
how do I do those little nubs?
I didn't know that. I thought Twitter was for humans.
Or for birds.
for birds. Damn, that's better. Nice. That's a better joke. But yeah, we've had full-length conversations that 2 sentences in, I wished we were never a part of.
It's like,
go ahead.
You want to tell the Walmart story? You remember this one? This is like the first one where it happened. Okay, so we were in Walmart. It was like late at night, right? I forget what we were getting, but we walked through the electronics aisle. This is many years ago, okay? And E3 was coming up.
Yeah.
And Siri's already like, what is you know, the video game conference situation, right?
I know what it is.
Yeah. Well, I know you haven't told him. Cool. Yeah. And we just went through like the video game aisle. And one of the employees there, he said something because we were looking at some video game. I can't remember. And he was like, oh, yeah. I forget what game he even mentioned, but he's like, oh, yeah, so-and-so. Yeah. Like E3 and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, everybody's really been waiting for that. Yeah. And then, like, we went back and forth for a second and we walked away and Reed was like, did you know what he was talking about? I was like, absolutely not. Not even a little bit.
And it's like, why? Why do it?
See, Elliot will. Elliot will start a conversation like that, but if it happens near him, he will totally continue it. Yeah. But he does do the thing at like cash registers where if they ring something up, and it's like 4 numbers. He'll go, "Good year."
Oh.
Every time, and then, or if we buy a bunch of snacks, we go, "Just getting the essentials."
Oh, we do that too. Oh,
that's 14.59. Good year.
It's just like instinctive. So it's just no matter what. Oh, that's good.
It's also how he also orders things incorrectly on purpose, like sounding. But usually he does that because he knows I haven't decided yet, so he's got to like postpone the inevitable.
Oh.
So I can panic order. So he has to be like, how do you know what? I'm feeling crazy. I'll have that chorizo sandwich. Is it chorizo? Chorizo. Yeah. And maybe a croissant. Yeah.
What restaurant?
Crazy. I'm gonna get a refresher. Make it grande.
What restaurant are you going to that you can get chorizo and a croissant?
2 separate things.
Okay.
I'm winging it right now.
Okay. It's so funny though. You know, I think Elliot would have appreciated my joke that I kept using the other day. This is another example of how Reed thinks I'm an old person. So It was so windy the other day. Did you guys have that wind come in? That was like just
Yeah.
nuts. It's like 40 something miles per whatever.
Reed's face right now. 1 second.
So I had walked to my car for lunch, right? And I mean, it was just a mess. It was to the point where like this woman across from me, I watched her get out of her car and try to shut her door for like a minute straight. Like it felt like I was in a sitcom, right? And it was funny. Anyway, I get out of my car and this person had just like parked. She just got in her car. And I get out and she's like, "Oh, watch the door." And I close the door. I'm like, "Oh, sorry," because I thought I was near her or something.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh no, just the wind, don't want to get caught." I was like, "Yeah." Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, why did I brush my hair today?
No, that's
the wind is.
I love you so much because I just feel like we're the same person.
And then
Absolutely.
I used that line on 3 other people later.
I love you. I love you so much.
And they laughed every time because she laughed and laughed and laughed. And I was like, "You have a good day." She's like, "You too, dear," because she loved my joke. But I was also serious. Why did I brush my hair?
It's like you got to try out a joke. Like
3 times.
You're like,
I tried that one out.
It worked pretty good as an opener. Let me try it. Now let's try the matinee performance of this joke.
Yeah,
and then
3
let's see
times.
Come on.
It hit every time. I gotta laugh every time.
I need to know from our viewers in other countries if this weird Southern mannerism of talking to people everywhere is weird for you guys because this is normal.
It's too much.
All those level of awkward conversations are me. This week to a British soundie, I went all toddler showing my favorite toys.
Oh.
So much so when he recorded a video of my trick, he did it with my assistant instead. Well, we got time. What's new with you guys? What are you reading or watching?
What you're reading stuff, Kristan, so
I am reading things.
She's reading a lot, and I know this because I'm the one who has to bring her a book every day.
No, I stopped doing that though. I was very much like, "Oh, this year every single day I'm going to post something," and then it became a lot. And I was like, "You know what?" Reed was finally like, "You don't doing it."
And I was like,
"Yeah,
we'll see a lot."
Yeah, and Reed was like, "You got to stop." And I was like, "You're right. It's silly. Whatever." So I stopped doing that.
If it makes you happy, do it. But I would be like stressed.
Oh, it was becoming a stressor. Yeah, toward the end, and I was like, "This is stupid. I'm done. Whatever."
They're very cute.
But thank you. I mean, I am excited about. I started last night. The Anne. It's called Anne, and it's like a middle grade graphic novel.
Is that Green Gables?
Yeah, so it's called Anne, and then it says an adaptation of Anne of Green Gables, sort of. And it has Anne and like her best friend or whatever staring at each other in the cover. And I was like, "Oh, this is gay." Like 100%.
Gay Anne of Green Gables.
And it is.
More like
yeah. Yeah. So far, I really like it.
Anne of Green Gables.
Dunked on.
Nice.
Got it.
Nice. But yeah, it is cute so far. And what's funny is earlier we were mentioning it before we came on air, I believe. But every time she talks to someone, she's like, "Anne," because that was a Anne of Green Gables thing too. She's like, "Anne, but there's an E at the end. Make sure you spell it with an E at the end." And I'm like, it's funny.
Oh yeah, qualifying spellings of names.
Yeah.
I think we should all do it.
Yeah, it's cute.
Let's just start doing that, or we should all just wear name tags.
Yeah, let's get face tags.
Well, and I know everyone messes up how they spell Reed and Kristan, so
yeah,
it's true.
I just accepted it.
My favorite is like people will email me at work.
Oh, girl, they don't look at your name.
Yeah, but like they have to type in my name, and then they're like Kristan with an E or Kristan.
They don't type in your name; they type in KRI. And they're like, "That's it."
Yeah, you're probably right. It's just like I'm just like, really?
I know.
I mean, to be honest, that's what I type in when I email you. I don't know. I don't spell your whole name.
This one lady did email me, who's emailed me many times in the past. Like I've dealt with her a lot, and she goes, "Lauren, come." Who's Lauren? And it goes into exactly stuff I can answer for her. That's definitely for me, and I'm just like. I almost replied to her and was like, Shannon, which is like not her name. Hey, Mike.
You should.
Yeah.
You should do that. I'm gonna start calling you Lauren.
Dope.
It's okay. Never. Right.
Okay, Ted.
I'll take Ted.
All right.
Yeah, I think mostly I've been reading more like just fun, chill reads this week.
Yeah, you've been like blazing through a lot, right?
Killing it. I've been
That's
killing it
great.
this week.
That's good.
I just read the second, third volume of Sweat and Soap.
Yeah.
Because my friend got them for me yesterday. So nice.
Oh, cute.
And I know it looks real pervy on the covers, but it's just because she sweats a lot and he smells things and makes perfume. It's really good, I promise. It looks and sounds very lewd. It's really good.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I found that I'm kind of chubby. I'm your hero. After I brought it up last week in the bookstore, and I immediately bought it.
That looks
no
really
regrets.
cute.
It's so cute because this guy, he's like a stage actor, and he's a little bit chubbier. But luckily, he's not down on himself for that at all. Although they do have a bit in there that's like, oh, you might need to take more enunciation practice because if you're bigger, you'll have issues with that. And I was like, is that true? I don't think that's true.
That's interesting.
Am I going to flub over my words if I'm heavy? I don't know. Anyways, but this patissiere like sees him on stage and like is like, I'm going to be a huge fan, and starts sending him gifts. But he doesn't know who it's from, but he knows it's from like a really hot bakery, and they start becoming friends at the end. I'm like,
oh, that's cute. I want to read that.
And then of course, Loneliest Day on the Earth is the best book ever that's ever existed. So, Oh, and Can't Spell Treason Without T, which was great about this really powerful magician. It's a novel, and she falls in love with the Queen's Guard, and she's like, "Let's run away from this life and go open like a tea/bookstore."
I was gonna say that's another cozy fantasy.
Yeah,
situation, right? That's cute.
Yeah, so if you look up books like Legends and Lattes, this is like the first one that comes out, and she even wrote in there, "It's like I made this because of Legends and Lattes." Fantastic. Reed getting screen time and not just screaming pizza in the background.
That's funny.
It's true. It's true. We do have some pizza left over. We're gonna eat pizza.
Hayden says that Grogu shirt looks good on you, Lauren.
No, thank you, Hayden. Thank you, Javier.
Oh, he gets I got Ted. Hayden gets Javier.
I don't know.
So are you guys still watching reality TV shows? Or are you going to start watching other things I need you to watch?
Oh, well, it's not that. We started watching Bones.
Yeah, we're deep into Bones still. But I did watch the first first episode at least.
Is 2.
Yeah. Was it 2? I don't know. I'm at like 1.5 episodes into a Big Brother season because Jessica was like, you should do this. Oh my
God. What has happened?
You gotta blame Jessica. You gotta blame Jessica. Here's the thing. I'm invested. No.
Oh my God.
That's that's the worst thing you could hear.
I do need the two of you when you have time, like randomly, like we need something nice to watch. It's like 15 minutes. I need you to watch Old Enough on Netflix where they send.
We watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I watched it because of you. There's a new one. Okay,
it just dropped, girl.
Okay. Reed, we'll get into that because it's so fun. Yeah, we'll do that.
I just I like the jams. Like I like how there's not. I don't feel like there's not a theme song. There's like a whole different song.
Shogun Night Day, oh baby. I love when they play that one.
It's so. I mean, I love it. When's that vinyl gonna drop?
I don't know.
Give me the Old Enough soundtrack dropped on vinyl, please.
I do want to do that. I think it'd be a fun cosplay idea at a convention all together. We get our little packs that are
the little pack
for us. And then we
just walk around like this.
Flex.
Well, yeah, you guys can do that.
We're still not cheap, man.
And then me and Elliot can wander around with a camera, not talking to you guys.
But you have a thing where you pretend it's not a camera, but it's obviously a camera. And you just walk real close.
Yeah, that'll be it.
That's actually hilarious.
Where's that manga or comic book series about Old Enough? That's what I need. Oh, Hayden. Absolutely, I did. And I will be watching it.
Wait, what is this?
Ooh,
I don't know this.
I don't know this either.
Netflix is putting together this dating show, and it has people from The Circle, Love Is Blind, The Mole, and a couple of other Netflix dating shows. But people that were on that in a dating show. A lot of really crappy guys that were on some of those shows. But what's important is they have Chloe, the British girl that was on Too Hot to Handle and The Circle, and Joey from season 1 of The Circle,
Joey.
baby.
That's cute. Joey's great.
Joey's the guy who won, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't need any more fame. He won.
Yeah, but I love him.
I never finished that season.
Well, there you go.
You should watch him.
Yeah, the past season of The Circle is the first one that I've actually watched all the way through.
Mike, I hope you love it. I love it.
You want to show off your koozie, right?
Oh yeah. That's really cute.
I own 2. I have 2 koozies of this exact same.
So Frey's watching Sarah Jane Smith Adventures, Doctor Who. Oh, and Battle Super Sen's on Max now. I saw that, so I will watch that soon. We would have watched it last night, but Vox Machina season 2 just dropped, so we had to watch the first 3 episodes of that. So good. Have you watched Violent Night? I watched it yesterday. It was so much fun. David Harbour as Santa Claus is Home Alone meets Die Hard. Dead Hard.
I've been wanting to watch that.
That's the porn version.
Yeah, I was going to say Dead Hard is the porno version of that.
What's that streaming on, James?
Yeah, because I want to watch that. Oh, Hayden, I'm not caught up, so no spoilers, okay? Being gone really threw me off my circle schedule.
You're not caught up. Okay, the moment you get caught up, we have to talk about it.
Yeah, I'll let you know. We've been busy because, I was gone, and then One Piece Odyssey came out, and so I have to play that until I'm done. So once I'm done with that, I can return to, regular life.
I won't answer Hayden's question, so I don't throw you.
It's on Peacock.
Peacock. Okay. Well,
we don't have that.
No.
We had it for a week when we wanted to watch wrestling.
and then we were like, we don't like this kind of wrestling. We just like the bad local wrestling.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. But
yeah, I feel like we need to start a collective of streaming services where all of us pay for 1 or 2, and then we just share it, and then we never have to.
We should.
Because I keep just I'll get one, and then I'll cancel once I've watched the show I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
And I do that forever.
Yeah.
So. Well, anyways, anything else new? If not, we can wrap it up, I guess, or whatever. It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth is the best book ever.
It's great.
We loved it.
Read it.
Go buy it.
Best book of the year. We're already calling it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand by that.
Yeah. I mean that's what I've been saying on every show. I'm like, I think this will absolutely be at the end of the year for me. So
yeah. Which is, if Kristan and I do the bracket.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna make it really difficult for all the other
books. You're gonna do a bracket?
Yeah, we're gonna do a bracket.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So I haven't figured out exactly what we'll do yet, but I think we'll put it together, and then we'll do something with it at the end of the year. And then maybe if somebody gets it right or something, because you have to post it before we do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can send them a card or something. I don't know. Oh. It's a little something, because a book or something is hard and expensive if you're not in the US. So
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Because I saw some video game people I watched do a bracket like that for their best video game of the year, and they would talk about each game and let's compare these 2 books. So I think that'd be really cool to compare 2 books and try to keep each genre kind of close together, theme.
I love it.
That's a good idea.
And the Disney Plus show I worked on is out. Oh yay! And the editing / jumping around is even less coherent than Willow. I'll have to see it. I loved Willow. So, all right.
Yeah.
What?
You were talking.
No. I'm just making noises.
Okay. All right. Well, as we wrap it up, we'll be back next week with May's book by Jeff Lemire with Jessica, probably.
So excited. And you can go buy that on InStockGrades.com.
That's right.
That's true.
So have a good rest of your Sunday. Go buy this book immediately. Mm-hmm. Buy 5 copies. Yeah,
sure.
Treat yourself.
Give them to all your friends.
Just hand them out on the street.
All right. Have a good Sunday, guys. We'll see you next time.
See ya.